Today we are looking at one of the most brilliant marketing maneuvers in automotive history. It's a story about how a car company used a seemingly ugly photograph to prove a beautiful point. But first, let's start with a trivia question about this famous campaign. To prove the classic Beetle's design never changed, Volkswagen ran a famous print ad showing a Beetle made of differently colored body parts. What was the core message of this ad? Was it A, to sell a rainbow edition, B, to show parts were interchangeable across decades, C, to highlight paint quality, D, to protest the 1960s? If you answered B, to show parts were interchangeable across decades, you are absolutely correct. In an era where car companies were obsessed with changing their designs every single year, Volkswagen ran an ad showing a patchwork, multicolored car to boast that their design never, ever changed. It was a revolutionary approach to selling automobiles, and today we are going to explore why this strange-looking Beetle was a stroke of absolute genius. The era of planned obsolescence. To truly appreciate the multicolored Beetle ad, you have to understand the automotive landscape of America in the 1950s and 1960s. The major automakers in Detroit operated on a business model known as planned obsolescence. The goal was to make the consumer feel like their car was outdated as quickly as possible so they would buy a new one. They achieved this through radical annual styling changes. One year the tail fins were small, the next year they were massive. One year the chrome trim ran down the side, the next year it wrapped around the headlights. If you were driving a 3-year-old American car, everyone on your block knew it because it looked completely different from the new models in the showroom. The anti-obsolescence machine. Volkswagen operated on the exact opposite philosophy. When the classic Beetle went into mass production after World War II, the shape of the car was locked in. The engineers in Wolfsburg believed in functional improvements, not cosmetic ones. Year after year, the Beetle rolled off the assembly line looking almost identical to the one that came before it. Volkswagen would upgrade the engine size, improve the suspension, and tweak the transmission, but the fundamental silhouette, the doors, the fenders, and the hood remained remarkably consistent. In the eyes of traditional American advertising executives, this was a nightmare. How do you sell a new car to the public when it looks exactly like the old car? Enter Doyle Dane Bernbach. The answer came from a relatively new advertising agency in New York called Doyle Dane Bernbach, or DDB. Established in 1949, DDB was giving the advertising industry a wake-up call. Instead of using the hard sell, beat-you-over-the-head approach typical of the era, they introduced a sophisticated vernacular that respected the consumer's intelligence. The creative minds at DDB, including legendary figures like art director Helmut Krohn and copywriter Julian Koenig, realized that the Beetle's lack of stylistic change wasn't a weakness, it was its greatest strength. They had already turned the advertising world upside down with their minimalist Think Small campaign and their brutally honest Lemon ad, which highlighted a tiny cosmetic flaw to prove VW's rigorous quality control. Now, they needed to tackle the issue of the car's unchanging design, the multicolored masterpiece. The solution was visually striking and deeply counterintuitive. DDB produced a print advertisement featuring a single Volkswagen Beetle, but this Beetle wasn't a pristine, gleaming, single-color showroom model. It was a patchwork Frankenstein of a car. It had a turquoise front fender, a ruby red hood, a sea blue door, and a white rear quarter panel. At first glance, it looked like a car that had been cobbled together in a junkyard. For any other car company, presenting their product looking like a mismatched wreck would be corporate suicide. But the brilliance was in the message. The copy beneath the colorful car explained the concept perfectly, and yet they all fit perfectly together onto the same chassis. The power of interchangeability. The core message was about the massive benefits of interchangeable parts. Because Volkswagen refused to change the shape of the car just for the sake of fashion, a fender produced a decade earlier would bolt directly onto a brand new car. DDB was using the American model of mass production and interchangeable parts to sell a distinctly European concept of unconventionality and anti-consumerism. They were telling the American public, we do not believe in planned obsolescence. For the consumer, this meant two massive advantages. First, repairs were incredibly cheap and easy. If you dented your fender, you didn't need to hunt down a specific, rare part from a single model year. You could grab a fender from almost any Beetle made in the last 10 years, and it would fit. Second, and perhaps more importantly, it meant your car never went out of style. Because a new Beetle looked just like a 10-year-old Beetle, your neighbor never knew how old your car was. Your investment held its value, depreciating far less than the massive American sedans that went out of fashion every 12 months. In conclusion, the multicolored Beetle ad remains a masterclass in marketing. It took the very thing that Detroit automakers mocked Volkswagen for, their unchanging, stubborn design, and turned it into an undeniable badge of honor. By celebrating the fact that their cars were built from interchangeable parts spanning across decades, Volkswagen and DDB didn't just sell an automobile. They sold a philosophy of practicality, honesty, and financial common sense. The image of that patchwork, rainbow-colored bug proved to the world that true quality doesn't need to change its clothes every year to remain a classic.